now from here, please do much of the talking. We are listening together with our listeners. Yeah. So
Okay.
So what is a leadership failure?
I think leadership failure naweza sema ni okay, narudia kitu the same nikisema failure. I think it's just where as a leader you fell short in one or another.
Yeah.
And if you ask me what is leadership failure, I would like to borrow from Miles Monroe from his teaching on leadership. And one of he has 4 points as of leadership failure, which I would love to borrow them. And by the fact that nimeokoka sitadanganya, by the fact that nimeokoka, we are going to borrow so much examples from the one. So I think borrowing from him, there are 4 major failures. Number 1 is unsuccessful succession. People in me just laugh up, but yeah.
for the benefit of our viewers, please repeat slowly.
Nimesema unsuccessful success. That one nimesema.
He's saying unsuccessful succession.
Yeah. So that's number 1. Number 2, also it's called you have unsuccessful succession. We have lack of mentoring. We also have the greatest fear, which is insecurity, and we also have the greatest failure, which is something we call the greatest failure is something we call. So we have the four big failures. We have unsuccessful succession. We also have the greatest fear. We have a lack of mentoring, and we also have the greatest fear, which is the success of the followers. So beginning with the first one, unsuccessful succession. Unsuccessful succession is basically where, as a leader, you have served your time and your time comes to leave the stage. And as the wise Africans say, even the best dance at some point. So as a leader, I think it's one of the major reasons as to why it's just success to be mentoring. It just doesn't make sense when someone achieves so much and when he lives in a potelea. Just like the book of Ecclesiastes inasema, the reward of a human who kula Kenya amewakia. And thinking of it, like why will one live to 12 all the days of life, like watching something to someone who doesn't even know what it costed him. So with unsuccessful succession, basically in a breed, after you, what happens? Like after you, what comes to place? After you, what goes to happen? Because as the leader, most of the time you are the carrier of the vision, or the carrier of the dream. And just as God dictated it, at some point you will leave the stage. The body will dictate you leave the stage. And then the question comes, after nimetoka, what's going to happen to what we started? And if you look, most of the leaders that we have, mtu akitoka inaishia ngapo. And we have kampuni ilianza, it was successful during his tenure. After he ametoka ama amepass, as most people penda kusema, alikufa na mali yake. So ile na kila kitu yake, which basically this can be avoided if someone planned for it before. If you look at it this way, going to a biblical perspective, look at it, the kind of Moses did it. Like when Moses was leaving, he left back Joshua. Like if you are to go by that metric, you can say Moses was a great leader, but you can't say the same thing of Joshua, because when you look at the first book of Joshua, you have God instructing Joshua, kumwambia remain on this path, kumwambia do not be discouraged, kumwambia come at a turn right or left. He's going to be with him, he's going to bless him, he's going to be with him just as like he was with Moses. This is just like after Moses has passed and the baton has been passed on to Joshua. Then after the book of Joshua, the book of Judges, chapter 1 to Nazar, after the death of Joshua, the children of Israel did evil the sight of the Lord. Like whatever happened with the time of Moses, whatever Moses left, is not the same thing that Joshua left. And it's a recurring kind of thing in the Bible, because when you look at it, you have some really great leaders who at some point things just happen. Unapata after them there's nothing happening. You have guys like a Gideon, like after his death you can see the family really poor. So that's number one, where you have someone not planning, like after me what will happen. We also have like positive figures like Christ himself. He planned for it, like he prepared his people for it, like in a way that after him the only way the ministry could take ilikuwa ni growth and growth. So it's about you taking that burden, taking that responsibility, taking that passion and impacting it on another person. Not like force a baby your vision. Impact it on another person in a way that they will love to carry that passion. They will love to carry that vision. They carry that vision with you. And it's funny because when you look in the book of Acts, you see it in a bit John and James, that Peter, wanakuwa referred as elders. Yeah, they had been with Christ for so long. They had seen everything about him. Like these are the few guys that were privileged to see him crying. I have a guy like John, he was the only one privileged to see him on the cross. So it's about the exposure you give someone, like number here. So over and over, that's it. So in terms of succession, in terms of what happens after you, there's no point of building like multi-billion company alafu uache hivyo. We can also see it with Warren Buffett ametengeneza kampuni, a very big one, and the one he's handing over to of the same mind. Like the guy has the same vision, has the same mentality, has the same goals. It's amazing to see such kind of things. Yeah, just like a good mentee, unafaa kuwa na that guy that is showing you the way, showing you how to do things. Like you can't go figuring out everything for yourself, man. Yeah, at least have someone who's there when you're sharp with you. Yep, those are the 2 points which are very interrelated. Succession and mentorship.
So
They go hand in hand. Yeah. Because as a leader, it's not always about what you can achieve at that particular time. It goes much beyond after you. And actually, leadership, most of the time, you're not given a leadership position so that you can do your job well. You're already doing it well. You're given that position so that you can teach other people to do just like as you're doing it. It's not most of the time people are considered a leader. It's not because wanataka ufanye it better. No, they just want you to teach them, to coach other individuals to be just good as you. And it's really because watu wa corporate wanaumia hapa, because at some point mtu aliandikwa kuwa accountant, he has become a very good accountant, and then apata leadership position and he thinks now sana faa kufanya hesabu kubwa. Basically no, you're just about to be you're put in a position where you can be able to coach other individuals to become just good as you. Yeah, the next point, the greatest fear. The greatest fear which tunasema ni successful mentees. Unapata we have guys, I love take this example. Actually it's mostly happen like you can be good bora usikue poa kunishinda. Like unaweza kuwa poa lakini up to a certain level ukipita hapo tunaanza kuingia story ahead. So this fear comes from leaders when you're insecure, which is very related when you're secure on their own. So you find out that watu wameshafika place, yeah, nimekumenta umefika place, unaonyesha some brightness, and all of a sudden you can be better than me. Actually you are better than me, yet you can be better than me. So and most leaders wapendi watu pick up which wanapenda like you can grow but to a certain level. You can grow to a certain space. You can grow because ukipita hapo you'll make me insecure, and insecure is the greatest fear also. The greatest insecurity, yeah, leaders, because when unaogopa watu wapite certain level, it will force you at some point where chini, and this usually happens unapata watu wa corporate wanaumia. Ukifata mtu amegrow to a certain level, una tend to pull down, and sometimes unapata you became so good at something and your boss felt threatened about it. So unapata maybe ulivutwa job, maybe ulipigwa transfer ukarushwa place ingine, something just happened in between, because your light shines so bright, you feel intimidated with it. So with that fear as a leader, it's given that you end up limit watu. And I love one of like scenario vile mtu ana place, like if you're going to hold a man down, you better not leave that man, because ukimwacha ataamka. So even you are forced to be at that particular time ukimshikilia, so even that hinders you from your own growth. And as a leader, I think one of the few friends usually said is that you can only be strong as the weakest man around you. And I think it's just wise that as a leader you expose your subordinates, your the people that you lead grow. Like just give them that space here to grow. Give them that space here to explore. Give them the space here to grow. As a leader, I think that's the biggest thing. That should bring you joy. When you see the people that are under you are becoming better. When you see the people that you're leading actually can work without you in your presence. It frees you up, by the way. And ukiangalia like the scenario ya Christ ilikuwa like it is beneficial for you to meet, for me to live for you. Like for you itakuwa benefit me nikitoka. But the guys at that particular time were like, I can't live. Like when they say. But for him, I like, I would love you guys to live. And even when you go back kidogo, when he was first sending them when the company missions, when they came back with the beautiful news, the good news that we're able to cast out demons, we're able to preach, we're able to heal. When you like the scripture says that, and he rejoiced in spirit. So it's that space of wanting the people that are around you to be better, wanting the people that are around you to be better than you. And I think as a leader that doesn't disadvantage you in any way. It actually makes you better. It makes you a better leader. And I think when you look at it this way, like the ministry became better after Christ left.
Yeah.
It only became better after Christ left. Like, yeah, we have the guys like Akina Nicodemus. Like those guys to wasemi sana, like those guys walichapa job bana, yeah. We also talk about Peter, Paul, and apostles. Our apostles talk about some. But have these guys stepping up, man. When you look at when Christ was dying, akikufa alikuwa na watu 12. By the time anarise alikuwa na watu 11. Yeah. By the time anaenda mbinguni walikuwa watu 120 at the upper room. By the time Holy Ghost anakama walikuwa watu 3,000 na. So when you look at this way, it only became better for him when he was outside.